Thanks. Our other top story tonight, one that you will only see on 15.
Yeah, days after the feds raided Danny's family car washes around the valley, former employees are coming forward. One saying she left the company only to find her identity was stolen by another worker.
ABC 15's Navita Fergani live in the newsroom tonight. Navita, what else are former employees claiming here?
Well, Stephanie and Steve, former employees, are claiming the undocumented workers went by the names they had under their new identity. But one woman tells me the company's hiring practice almost ruined her ability to provide for her children, and she would only talk to us over the phone because she's afraid of retaliation.
It was hard for me to understand why they would do that. I mean, these managers are Americans. How could you do this to people who are just trying to survive?
And survival was the only thing this former worker and single mother could think about earlier this year.
I went down to the DES office to try to collect assistance for me and my two kids. During that time, they told me I was still currently employed, which I wasn't.
They denied her benefits, even though she stopped working at Danny's more than a year ago. She couldn't believe it, so she decided to check for herself.
We went down to HR Betty, and they had stated to me that I was currently on the payroll receiving checks.
It took weeks to get the life she claims was stolen by someone at Danny's car wash back together.
I was completely overwhelmed. Being a single parent of two kids, one of them needing insurance and the other one, obviously both of them needing to be fed, it was quite a burden for me.
She says during her time there, she had a hunch something was odd about the company's hiring practices.
The Hispanic ones that weren't legal, they would move locations like every 2 weeks. And each time that they would come to a different location, they'd be wearing a different name tag. But I didn't realize that it was to the extent of somebody's identity.
But she says what she didn't realize is that they didn't just carry a name, but an identity that she would later find out was hers. And former workers also tell me they are concerned about their own personal information. We'll be checking to see if their identity was used. I called Danny's corporate office, and they tell me they are unaware of this employee's claims, but we'll look into it. Coming up at 10, I spoke to some undocumented workers who were detained on Saturday and released. I'll tell you what they have to say about the allegations and when they were told to come back to work. Stephanie?
All right, Navita Fergani, good work. Thank you. All new